About to get my day started, man. See me way down there. That's me right there. Let's get it, man. What up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. I'm Anthony TV. Look, do me a favor, guys. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for me. Like this video and drop a comment if you got a comment. You already know I appreciate your support. Hey, look, guys. Today I'm going to give you two trucking tips that can help you not make the same mistake I made. I got lucky, but you may not be so lucky. One tip for unhooking your tractor from your trailer and also hooking up your tractor to your trailer. All right, we're gonna walk out here to my truck and we're gonna get into it. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so I made it out here to the truck, and look, the first piece of advice I want to give you: when you backing up your tractor to the trailer to hook up, make sure that your pin is in the lock position and that you're attached to the trailer. So your pin is on the other side of the fifth wheel. Yeah, I'm gonna go over there and show you guys. So make sure your pin right there, make sure that that's in the lock position and it's not out when you're hooked up, so you're attached to the trailer. Because the last thing you want to do is think you're attached and pull out and your trailer fall to the ground. Always do your tug test or look underneath the trailer to make sure that you're locked in place. That's tip number one. All right, make sure you do your tug test and make sure that you're attached to the trailer before you pull out, or you can risk your trailer falling to the ground, especially if you don't have your landing gear down. All right, so that's the first tip for hooking up to the trailer. The second tip I want to give you has to do with unhooking from the trailer or uncoupling. So when you uncouple from your trailer, make sure that you let your landing gear down before you pull out from underneath that trailer. So the steps should be in this order. When you're getting ready to pull out from underneath the trailer, step one would be to either get out the tractor, let your landing gear down, and then unhook your lines and then pull your pin. Or you can get out of the tractor, unhook your lines, then let your landing gear down, and then release your pin. Whichever order you do it in, just make sure you let your landing gear down before you pull out from underneath that trailer. Because once again, if you pull out from underneath that trailer and landing gear isn't down, that trailer will hit the ground. Alright, guys, so now that I gave you two tips, let me share the stories with you guys as to why I want to give you these tips, right? So I made a mistake. Number one, on the first tip, when it comes to backing up to my trailer, there was one incident that I had. Well, it wasn't necessarily an incident, but there was one time where I backed up to the trailer and I wasn't hooked up to it. I thought I was because I heard it. You guys know, if you've been driving for a while, you know when you back up, you hear that sound like you're hooked up, right? Well, I heard the sound like I was hooked up, but don't go off sound. You gotta really do your tug test like you're supposed to do, or look underneath the trailer to make sure that the pin is in the lock position, which is in, and that you're locked up to that trailer. All right, so there was one time where I backed up, I got out, looked underneath the trailer, and I noticed that my pin was still in the out position, meaning that it wasn't locked into place even after I had backed up to the trailer, right? So had I not looked underneath it, or had I not did a tug test and just pulled out, my trailer could have hit the ground, especially if the landing gear was up. So I hadn't let my landing gear up yet, but I also didn't pull out from underneath the trailer. I just happened to look underneath it this particular morning and noticed that the pin was still out after I had backed up to it. So what I did was just pull it out a little bit, and then I backed back again, and it locked in place. So, but that incident taught me something. It taught me to always look underneath my trailer to make sure everything is attached, or like I said, do your tug test. So that was the reason I gave you the first tip. The second tip was that I had a situation happen one time when I was pulling out from underneath my trailer. I was done for the day. I made the mistake and I forgot to let my landing gear down. So what I did was I parked the trailer, right? I unhooked my lines and I released the pin, right? And my mind was somewhere else, so I didn't let my landing gear down. Luckily for me, when I pull out from underneath my trailer, I never just pull out real fast. I always just creep and pull out real slow. That's the only thing that saved me from the trailer actually hitting the ground, because I didn't let my landing gear down this particular day like I should have. First, right after I got done, after I parked or backed into the dock, once I got out the tractor, I should have hit the landing gear first, let it down, then unhook my lines, and then pull the pin. Or get out the tractor, unhook the lines, let the landing gear down, then pull the pin. As long as you pull the pin last and you make sure you let your landing gear down, that's the most important thing. The steps you take really don't matter. Just make sure you pull the pin last and make sure you let that landing gear down. That's the most important thing. The one thing that saved me, to get back to that story, the one thing that saved me was that I pulled out really slow, like I always do when I'm pulling out from underneath my trailer. So when I pulled out real slow, the trailer actually fell on my back tires, my rear tires on my tractor. So when I felt the trailer hit my tires, I stopped immediately and I looked in my side mirrors and I noticed the trailer was on my tires, right? So I was actually able to back underneath the trailer at that point because I wasn't pulled so far out to where I couldn't get back underneath it. So luckily I was able to back underneath the trailer and you know, let my landing gear down. When I'm uncoupling, once I get out my tractor, I unhook my lines and then I let the landing gear down and then I release the pin. You can do it those steps, or you can, once you get out the tractor, you can go straight to the landing gear, let the landing gear down, then unhook your lines and then pull your pin. Whatever you do, just make sure you let that landing gear down before you pull your pin. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Look, do me a favor. If you like this video, hit the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment if you got a comment. Until next time, I'll catch you guys on the next one.